Which celebrity gives you the quickest boner once you look at them?
Why does everyone get boners from me? I had a feeling Danny DeVito would be here. His magnum dong attracts all.
Can't remember his name, the guy who played the small twin in Twins.
Danny DeVito.
Haven't read all the answers so don't know if posted. Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito without a doubt.
Tough choice. Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito as Penguin.
Probably in the minority here, but Danny DeVito.
The hot twin, of course. The DeVito.
That one stripper that Monica and Rachel hired for Phoebe's bachelorette party.
The satyr Phil from Disney's Hercules.
And I thought I was the only one whom Danny DeVito did this to. Shucks.
Quickest boner, Danny DeVito. Biggest boner, also Danny DeVito.
The short THICC dude that plays Penguin in the Michael Keaton's Batman.
Danny DeVito.
Who else but Danny DeVito? So anyways I started blasting. Moans. I'm a little older than most Redditors, so bear with me. There's this mid-80s movie starring Kathleen Turner called Romancing the Stone. At the start of the film she's this naive and timid romance author who travels to South America to find her sister, who's been kidnapped by bad guys who think she has a treasure map. As the film progresses, she loosens up, lets down her hair, gains confidence, and finds love in the arms of a rough but charming character played by Michael Douglas. But the best part, one of the bad guys is played by Danny DeVito, and I get a raging Woody every scene he's in.
The Warthog aka Frank Reynolds, also known as Danny DeVito.
Honestly, Danny DeVito. Daniel DeVito. In my dirty dream he is formal.
Danny DeVito owns my spank bank.
Whoever the actor that played Oswald Cobblepot in Batman Returns.
It's the guy from So Anyways I Started Blasting meme. He's cute. Less than 3.
Tough choice, but I get tingles when I think of Danny DeVito. Okay, hand light skin tone.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's brother in Twins.
Fuck, Mary kill, all being Danny DeVito, doesn't matter the order. That short guy from the show Taxi. Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, don't even get me started.
The guy who gives out eggs in trying times.
Demi Lovato. Oops, autocorrect typo, I meant Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito made me lose NNN.
Unpopular choice, Trashman, aka Danny DeVito. Dr. Mantis Toboggan.
Def Danny D.
Danny DeVito specifically as Ongo Geblogen, the art collector.
This is actually one of the most hilarious things I've seen on Reddit in a while. I bet Danny DeVito would love it.
I can't relate to all of the Danny DeVito responses. For me, it's Matilda's dad. Every time.
You ever see Twins? The short one that isn't the Terminator.
I'd have to say that it's probably Jenna Fisher's co-star in the 2009 romantic comedy Solitary Man, Daniel DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
What the hell even is this post? I just looked through every single comment here. You want to know something about all the comments? They are all correct. P.S. Only Mr. DeVito gets my boner.
I know that this is meant to be a silly thread, but I'm going to give a real answer. After seeing Get Shorty, the sexy performance from Danny DeVito will always turn me on. Based on the data presented, it appears that Danny DeVito is the sexiest man alive. Edit. Wow, this blew up. I didn't expect this to get so many likes. I never expected to get this many upvotes ever in my life. I honestly can't believe how popular this whole thing got. As I speak, there are news reporters outside my house. Every night a strange man follows me home and breathes in my ear and tells me how funny the post is. Oh God, oh fuck, I live in fear for my life on a day-to-day basis. I've never truly experienced being popular before. When I was young I was diagnosed with stage 4 ass cancer and all the boys in the locker room would make fun of my abnormally large ass by spanking me repeatedly. Rip my inbox. Edit 2. Since I am now Reddit famous, please send feet pics of your daughter. R. Copypasta sends their regards.
That guy from Taxi, the dispatcher, I think. His name was Dan or something.
Danny DeVito.
The guy from that movie, Twins, you know, the good-looking lad. Danny something, can't remember his last name.
It's a tough three-way split between Jessica Alba, Natalie Portman and Danny DeVito. But if I had to choose, probably Danny DeVito.
The troll from The Nightman Cometh.
Danny DeVito, followed closely by Bovine Joni.
The only celebrity that comes to mind is Danny DeVito.
Goddammit Reddit. You never cease to disappoint me with your hive mind-like mentality. Op had a question they were really passionate about. Op woke up in the morning and thought to themselves, I wonder what the general population of Reddit thinks about this. Op got on, spent their time writing up the question, probably ecstatic to find out what everybody's boner felt about this situation, probably even looked forward to seeing some people with the same taste as themselves and shoot the shit about boner material. But then no, Reddit had to fuck everything up as usual. Reddit had to find a way to have a laugh about this. Rather than provide answers, Reddit went along and fucked it up by repeating what the other person said. Oh, that's so fucking funny. Oh yeah? Well, what about Op now? Op can't get an answer now that this tidal wave of shit has already launched. I've got to be the only person here with the common decency to answer. Op, my answer is Danny DeVito. I can't believe nobody has said Danny DeVito yet.
Danny DeVito probably.
Either Margot Robbie or that guy who played the dad in Matilda. That guy was a stone-cold fox.
Any man willing to offer me an egg in my trying times less than 3.
The sight of Danny DeVito causes me to shoot a hole through my jeans.
The Penguin as played by Danny DeVito. D.
The short guy from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
WTF. I come here to say Danny DeVito, and like 40 people beat me to the punch. Redditors, I'm afraid we're a bunch of sad, fucked in the head people.
No one, because I can control myself. Actually scratch that, that dude who married Rhea Perlman.
Danny Diesel aka Danny D aka Daniel Nitrous aka Double D aka Danny DeVito.
Quickest, probably Danny DeVito. Strongest, though, well, that's also Danny DeVito.
That guy who tried to throw Mama from the train.
She played Wednesday on Addams Family. What's her name? Danny DeVito.
Gal Gadot, but only if I squint my eyes, because then she looks like Danny DeVito.
Dr. Mantis Toboggan. Edit, thanks for the gold and silver, kind strangers.
Arnie's twin brother in that film about twins. I think his name's Danny DeVito.
The nice lad who offered me an egg in this trying time.
Gotta be Danny DeVito. Gotta be Arnold Schwarzenegger's twin.
Ditto Devanya.
I'm not sure of his name, but he's the actor that plays Frank Reynolds in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I would say an amalgamation of Alexandra Daddario, Heather Graham, Kelly Brook and Liz Hurley. Someone with nice boobs and ass, smooth skin, sultry lips and sexy eyes, along with a few sex scenes I can get myself off to. So yeah, Danny DeVito.
I literally haven't seen a single answer that isn't Danny DeVito. Also, the answer is the male stripper in Friends who also plays Frank Reynolds. All these fucking sheep idiots here saying Danny DeVito, makes me sick. Have some respect, his name is Daniel Michael DeVito Jr.
Daddy DeVito.
The short Italian-American guy who played Louis De Palma on the 1980s sitcom Taxi.
Danny DeVito.
What the fuck is going on here? Why isn't everyone answering Danny DeVito?
Damn it, guys. askReddit is a serious place for serious answers. Not some big circle jerk for you assholes. Next time you guys ask a question, I hope you have to suffer through this nonsense. Don't you guys ever worry that answering even the simplest question with such vicious trolling could hurt someone? I worry about that shit all the time and you can't tell me I'm wrong here. Just answer honestly. Owen from Throw Mama from the Train.
Danny DeVito. That guy who plays Frank Reynolds.
Call me old school, but I am really attracted to the guy that played Martini in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Ana de Armas is the sexiest woman I've ever seen. But of course she pales in comparison to Danny DeVito.
Donkey Brain Frog Boy.
Danny DeVito obviously.
That guy with the Magnum dong.
Must be Danny DeVito. There was this guy on this TV show that was set in Philadelphia. One time he played a wrestler named the Trash Man.
That one person who played the Lorix.
Somebody better send this thread to Danny DeVito.
Now this is why the serious tag exists. But I'd still definitely get hard any time looking at Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
I'm surprised no one has mentioned Danny DeVito yet.
Danny DeVito.
Man, you all are wrong, it's the art critic Ongo Gablosian.
Once I look at Danny DeVito I go from 6 to midnight. Over 100 comments and not one person has mentioned Danny DeVito. I'm ashamed of all of you.
Scarlett Joe, I mean Danny DeVito.
Daisy Ridley, Alexandra Daddario, Natalie Portman, Natalie Dormer, Ygritte from GOT, can't remember the actress's name, Dakota Johnson, Amelia Clarke, Vanessa Hudgens, Isla Fisher, Taylor Swift, Una Chaplin. Read the first letters.
I'm gonna say Danny DeVito.
Drew Barrymore, Anna Kendrick, Nicole Kidman, Nick Jonas, Yvonne Strahovski, Dwayne Johnson, Emilia Clarke, Vin Diesel, Isla Fisher, Terry Crews, Olivia Wilde.
Rhea Perlman's husband, Danny DeVito.
Emma Watson is a close second but first choice has to be Danny DeVito.
Sophie Rundle. Edit, I spelled Danny DeVito wrong. Ryan Reynolds. No wait, I meant Frank.
Everyone in here is saying Danny DeVito, but what about the guy that played Phil in Hercules?
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. But the Taxi years.
Wow. This turned to Danny DeVito circle jerk a lot faster than I anticipated. Danny DeVito.
That stripper from Friends. Officer Goodbody.
Emma Watson. Especially when she puts on a lot of weight, puts on glasses, becomes half bald, and turns into a boy. That description sounds an awful lot like Danny DeVito.
Morena Baccarin, but only when cosplaying Danny DeVito.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's twin brother, Danny DeVito.
Mila Kunis is second on my list, just behind Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Otiv D. Wina D.
I'd go with Jennifer Lawrence if she cut off her legs at the kneecaps, got a sex change operation, and had plastic surgery to look exactly like Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. As my backup, but I prefer his twin Danny DeVito. Kim Kardashian. He's the guy who plays the Lorax, right?
The dad from Matilda.
Michael Keaton's nemesis. I don't know his name, but holy shit, he played an evil cold weather bird and it just made me hot.
Danny DeVito, AAAAAAAND, there's my boner.
Double D's always get me going. Danny DeVito, that is.
That guy that directed Matilda.
Probably an outlier here, but I'm gonna say Danny DeVito. It's a tie between handsome Squidward and Danny DeVito.
Pamela Anderson. No, who am I kidding, it's Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Matilda's father.
I forget his name, but he was the bad guy in Lethal Weapon 5.
Consider subscribing.